Hello, welcome to Sunnyside Journals. I'm Catherine. I have a little visit. What's on my desk? I got a little work to do, so the camera's going. So I think I've picked the spread where I want to put the fussy cuts that I worked on in yesterday's video. I fussy cut these two beauties out, and I want to put them here. I think they're going to look beautiful. I'll tell you my reasoning why. I really love my journals to have lots of room for writing. And so by finding a spread that really can't be written on very well, because these are actually pages out of the original book. So the plays of Gilbert and Sullivan, and this is the Mikado. So what that does is it just makes it a pretty page. It starts the collaging. If this is going to be a page that the next owner would like to collage on, it sort of maybe starts the inspiration for the collage. Hold on. There you go. So that, perhaps they want to put some lace on it or some stamps and some maps and keep filling this in. Maybe they like it just the way it is and they just want to be able to enjoy this page. Maybe they want to tear edge some tissue paper and create some journaling space by covering up the rest of these words, but still being able to see it through. Lots and lots of options. This simply sort of what I tend to be doing lately with the journals that I am creating is rather than completely decorating and ephemerizing, is that a term? Rather than doing that all myself, I like to get it started, put a few little Catherine touches into the book, and then hopefully turn it over, hand the torch to the next person, and let them make their own choices for their own journal. So this is where I want to put them. I still have the title, so I think I'm going to put it down here. We'll work on that in a minute. So let me move this because I do want to do a tiny little bit of very gentle inking around the edges, because I don't know if you can see. Hold on, let me get this. Come on, there we go. If you can see, especially like under his throat there, come on camera, you can see the white edge of the paper. So, and that bugs me. So what I will do is I'm just going to do a very light inking. I just almost just push up against the edge, but you've got to do it gently, or you can you could fold the papers. But I don't necessarily want to make this look aged at all. I simply don't like that white that I'm still seeing. If I had purposefully cut a white border around this fussy cut, which I often do because I like that look too, then yeah, I wouldn't be so worried. So I'm just, like I said, I'm more pushing at that little white edge with this gentle brush rather than trying to vigorously go at it. And then, of course, it's tricky because you got to remember where you stopped and started. I really love how these birds turned out. And I saw one little area that I want to trim. There we go. Do I want to? Is it worth it? There's that one little area I mentioned. Come on, camera. Why are you giving me grief? Right in there. I think I'm just going to leave that be. That looks still too white for me. Lift it up and take a look again. Ah, that's much better. Got that corner. Get in there. Better. Any more? Yep. Tummy area. I have to smile. It must be a crafty junk journal-y kind of thing. But I have to smile when people sort of wonder about our sanity. When we'll spend an hour fussy cutting some birds and gluing them onto a page. An hour. But you know what? Oh, it's just so pleasant. And it's so relaxing. And it's such a nice escape for especially everything that's going on in this world. Wowie, what crazy times we're in. And in spite of the violence and that, boy, I'm feeling hope. I'm feeling hope that maybe people have had enough. It's time for us to all get along. United we stand, divided we fall. This looks beautiful. You know what? I should pause and go get the darn book and find out which one's the boy and which one's the girl. Hold on. Let's see if I can see any white spots. Yep, I see some right there along his whole tummy. I'm saying him. Here's my guess. And you can all guess along too. Oh, that's better. You can all guess along too. Here's my guess. And I'm going to go grab the book and see. I think Mother Nature usually camouflages the mommy more. The daddies in bird nature usually are the pretty ones and the standout, bold, beautiful. The cardinals are red and that usually the daddies are the pretty ones, and the mommies, for safety reasons, are much more camouflaged because they're usually the ones doing the bulk of the parenting and keeping those babies safe. So here's my suspicion. Since we're talking about the New Guinea area, New Guinea area. We're talking forests, dense forests, and this bird would be harder to find. That one would be easier to spot. Okay, I'm going to pause this and I'm going to get the book. So this is the book that I got that illustration from. It's called The Birds of Paradise. And wait till you see what a delight to the eyes this book is. It's just stunningly beautiful. Look at the tail on that one. Wowie. Look at the tail on that one. So now I've got to find the page that I cut. That I cut my little birds from. My little Lauria's Bird of Paradise. Maybe there's an index at the front. Laws. Oh, Lauria's Bird of Paradise. 24. There we go. 54, 43, 38, 28, 24. Laura, so this is missing. That is not Lauria's Bird of Paradise. These two are Lauria's Bird of Paradise. So, New Guinea. Males are uniformly velvety black. Yes! Beautiful. Females, more or less yellow-green all over, slightly pale on the underparts. Her wings and tail are noticeably browner. Because she's got work to do. She has got those babies to take care of and keep safe. And Mother Nature doesn't want predators finding her as easily. So, let's put these in the book. We all learned a little birding today. I certainly did. All right, I want him up there. Now, I want him angled so that that branch, I'm actually going to trim that. I want that branch to run off the page. So I'll show you a little thing I do, and I've shown it before, but I'll show it again and I'll explain it again in case someone new is here today. Hi, welcome if you're new. So what I will do is, so that sometimes when this is sticky and ready to lay down, it's not the time to start trying to remember where you wanted to put it. So, hold on. There we go. So what I will do is I'll get a pencil. Very lightly I want a little bit of space here from the top. I obviously want all of these leaves. I don't want to have to trim the leaves, but I want to trim the branch that he's sitting on so that it looks like it's running off the page. So what I will do is I will put a light pencil mark. That's where I want to lay that branch. And then I'll give myself a few more hints. So I want that branch there. I'm going to want his beak here and his head there. And maybe this leaf down here. So, hold on. Let's move you, Mrs. Loria. So I'm going to show you. Do you see the pencil marks that I've put? They're very pale because I'm going to erase them when I'm done. But because I want this really nice and smooth, and this is really wiggly and wobbly, I am going to aerosol glue this. So I will be pausing because I have to shake this up and then I have to spray this fellow here. So give me a second. All right, let's see if we can do this live. He's glued and he's going to want to try and stick to my finger. So look for your pencil spots. Match them up as best you can. And then plop them down. There we go. This Elmer's, the Elmer's aerosol glue. Hold on. Craft Bond that I enjoy. They say that if you apply it within 15 seconds of spraying, that it's permanent. And that if you hold off longer and then lay it down, it remains peelable and removable, repositionable. There we go. I've never experimented with having it repositionable because I usually want my things permanent. So that might be something, if that's important to you, to play with. So now I'm just going to go back and erase my little pencil guides that I gave myself so that I know exactly where I want to put him. And then he just looks handsome up on his page, watching over the wife and kids. Be gentle with your erasing, because sometimes you can be so vigorous that you ruin all your hard work. Now there's the little tail there, and I'm just going to take that off. There we go. Done. Oh, look at him in his new home. Now, let's see where we want to put her. Wait, I want a smaller rock. All right. Now, this is similar thing. She's got a branch here as well. If I can, I'm not sure I'll be able to. Oh, yes, I can. All right. So I want as much of the page still showing as possible. And I think that looks like a good spot for her. I've still got my little branch sticking out there, so I'll be able to trim that off. I like it running off the edge of the page. So I am going to just give myself some little guide pencil marks to look for when I'm going to plop her down. The branch, because that's my important thing, definitely make sure you put a little pencil guide for the branch, and then give yourself just some pencil guides on some other important things. And you'll be good. All right, so let's, I'm going to spray her, and then I'll bring back and we'll plop her down. And we'll cross our fingers and see if I can do that on camera again. So hold on. All right, wish me luck. Hold on, where's my other? Oh, I've lost my other. Let's use you. Let's use you. Sorry, this leaf is trying to lay down ahead of time. So even if you can just get two of them right, the others should let go, fall into place. Let's see. Okay, you know what? That'll do. That's a little close there. I don't like that, but she's not coming back up again. See what I mean? How when they're lacy, I guess that's a good term for it. It's like trying to lay down a piece of lace that's got glue all over it and have it in the exact right spot. Now, a way to avoid that, I brought this on myself, a way to avoid that, and I've done this in the past, but I feel lucky. I was feeling lucky today, and I mostly was, is I could have fussy cut this section of leaves off, glued down my bird, and then went in later and glued on these leaves. I took a chance just for the fun of it, right? To show you what we can do as junk journaling fussy cutters. Now let's remove our guidelines so that Mrs. Loria is looking lovely. So I should have maybe had her a little more tilted and a smidge, 1/16 of an inch higher. But if that's my biggest problem today, I'm going to have a good day. Now, let's trim this off. So now her little branch is running off the page as I like it. And then let's, that little leaf, the little nose, there we go. Now, here's a silly Catherine thing. And you don't have to be as silly about these things as I am. But I may as well confess to all my silliness since the camera's rolling. That, I don't like that it's a raw edge. And I will cover that up with a little bit of, sorry, my hand's in the way. Let's see if I can do it without my hand in the way. I will just teeny bit cover that It's just a nice little finishing touch. If you're going to this much work, why not? And there you have Mr. and Mrs. Loria, looking lovely. Now we still got a few minutes. So he's on the back of the 5th signature and she's on the front of the 6th signature. If you're new here, I leave my tabs on. They're pretty well the last thing to go before I do my final flip through of my books. Helps me to do when I'm doing my work, to make sure I've got balance, that I don't have 6 pockets in one signature and no pockets in any of the others. And it also helps when I'm sewing them in, so that I don't sew any in upside down, which I have done. All right, so we want to make a little plate, and I think I want green. I think I'm going to have to raid. Hold on, I gotta go raid my tiny little envelope of scrapbook paper scraps. Hold on. Okay, so I have just little bundles of offcuts. Actually, I was very, very gratefully accepted. My daughter's sister-in-law, Tara. Hi, Tara. She was moving and cleaning house, and she's a crafter. And she said, I've got some scrapbooking paper. Do you want it? Oh, yes, please. No, that's not a yellowy green enough. So she sent me all kinds of goodies. So I sorted through and sort of did what I could to try and get them, you know, size-wise together. And these eventually all get used up. I don't think I've got any green here. Nope, I don't see any in the right shade. I don't know why this one's in a bag and those ones aren't, but you know what? Who am I to argue with tradition? All right, there's one more spot. Scrapbook paper pieces. This one I might have. I know I've got a green in here that's got a pattern, and that would be fine. These are little offcuts of papers that I've used in previous journals. Look at this. Oh, look at these end papers that I found in a big golden book. Aren't they the best? I can't wait someday to make a journal and use these as end papers. Sorry, off topic. Green, green, green. Here it is. This is the green I'm thinking about. I wonder if it's not dark enough. Do I have any more? I really wanted a dark green, or else a really yellowy green. I wonder if brown would be better. Okay, I'm making this decision too hard, and it shouldn't be that hard. Nope, wrong shade of green. Nope, nope, nope. One more source. Hold on. Okay, no luck. I'm wondering if double matting would look nice. You know what? That separates the green. Oh, that needs to go up right. That separates the green from the brown. And then I can add, or do I just want, let's get started and I'll think while I work. Sometimes you can defeat the joy of spontaneity when you're too careful. All right, so let's see. Now I know, because this is the bottom of the page, I know that that's a straight line. whereas I cut that with scissors. So I know that my scissor line is not straight. Now I'm going to cut this in an awkward way. And I shouldn't have cut it in the awkward way because it's curved. I was hoping to try and so that you could see on camera. It's curved. Wonder if I'll need to use the other page instead, but then I'll ruin a bird. Let me show you what I did. Because I tried, I was an idiot. I didn't even get cut through. Do you see that? I don't know if you can see. It's curved. All right, well, let's take a look and see if I would ruin a bird on the other side, because I've got that I could use instead. Oh, okay. The universe has smiled upon us, and we can have this one instead. It's a little big, but it'll work. All right, now I'm going to avoid that problem, and I'm going to get out my board and give myself a better edge. Thank you. How big do I want this? I don't want you too big. Just eyeballing this for now, because I can always trim it down a bit more later. Is that even? It is. All right, so that's too big. All right, can I work with this one? That's too big. Maybe I can make a bookmark out of that. Let's see if I can save this. Actually, I don't have to go that high up. I can go to you. That's better. All right. All right, maybe this is salvageable. Let's see. I'll show you in a second. I'm sorry. I don't want to mess this up a second time. All right, I'm going to bring that up a bit. We saved it. Come on, Laurie. There we go. Oh, too close. There we go. All right. Well, we saved it. We saved the day. That's going to look nice. All right, how am I for time? Oh, 29 minutes. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. All right, well, let me show you what I'm going to do, and then I'll post a picture on Instagram. I am going to make a double mat for this. So imagine that's cut off and that's cut off, and then I'm going to put it down there. So I will post a photo of it later. Well, thanks for visiting with me. Look what an exciting episode, eh? We glued two birds. A typical Catherine episode. My goodness, you patient people. I hope everyone has a great day. And please stay safe, stay healthy. Please wear a mask. Masks aren't for yourself, they're actually to protect other people in case you're asymptomatic and you don't know it. You're helping your fellow man and woman and child. Take care, everyone. Bye.